by my count.
Yep. I don't remember if it was 4 or 3, but luckily I saving them to our chat to help with that.
Yep. Alright, I'm live on my end.
And I'm live on my end.
Okay, I guess we can go ahead and begin. Greetings everyone, I am Dr. J, and we are back for shenanigans within Wargroove.
And for those on my perspective, I apologize about last time, but I didn't catch that OBS wasn't picking up my mic last time I'm on this game. Look, fortunately, in my brother's perspective, still managed to get it. And even if it cut off my bye to you guys last time.
Either way, should be an interesting night. So I don't remember where exactly we are in the story, so I guess we'll find out real quick. Alright, campaign, main.
Yeah.
Alright, so we've got a couple different places we can go. We've got one down here, which is a fairly silly mission, and that's another fairly silly mission.
Well, yeah.
I'll leave it up to you which silly mission to go for first. And if you want, I can play the quote bad guys, though.
It's okay.
You'll see how it goes.
Oh, ye gold or ye life? I don't have any gold! Really? Huh. You wouldn't think being a villager would demand such high overheads. I'd imagine it'd be more of an income flow issue. Well, of course, in these rural communities, income is inevitably dictated by unreliable agrarian yields.
Agrarian yields, yeah.
Lads, we're becoming sidetracked here. Look, if you've no gold, then your life's forfeit. Rolled it right there, Rolly Rags!
I forgot you're doing a Scooby-Doo impression for this guy.
Keep your snout out of this, doggy. It's none of your business. Run on my business? Reserve. Alright, Fleabag. That was the last of my patience. Call for reinforcements! Okay, this is a big man.
For its small size, this is a pretty well-connected settlement. Must make it an appealing target for outlaws.
Us meet again? The race?
Seems like Commander Caesar's staying put.
Of course I am. We are villagers who protect.
That settles it. We'll stay here and protect these villagers and their settlement.
Defeat the invading outlaws and protect the villagers.
So this is basically a stand-and fight. Reinforcements will come in from the north, south, come in from basically all sides, and you just gotta fend them off. You'll want to claim what villages you can in order to maintain. You'll want to claim what villages you can.
Yeah. Oh, so, there's the statue. I think we're supposed to have Kaiser on here, or there.
If you want to claim something, you don't want to go for that yet, though. It's going to be pretty rough.
I know,
this
but...
This one took me a few attempts.
Yeah, but...
All right.
Well, we can worry about that detail later. But for now, those statues do indeed relate with unlocking one of the characters, I think, for multiplayer and arcade. Hey.
Alright, well, you go see that, I can see to my chat.
Yeah, specifically speaking, Mercia's father, whom was assassinated in the start.
Alright, well, you see to that, I'll see to my chat real quick. I was just about to ask if there was a stream tonight. There is indeed a stream tonight, Regal. All I remember is you beat a tree. That's pretty close. That's close enough. Let's see. Let's see what else to chat up to. Oh, hey, Vlad, how you doing? And don't be like that. Don't be like that to my brother. Come on, Vlad. Don't be like that.
What's going on?
Oh, he was just being mean. It's fine. Let's see. What else to chat up
swordsmen.
To? Yep. And then you can send the pupper to go claim some other territory. And see what else to chat up to.
You know,
I've been looking in the Mario Kart subreddit, and I don't get the hate for blue shells. And they aren't that bad.
Oh, hate for blue.
And we and the... I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, yes, but since 7, they've not been that bad. Honestly, I find the lighting more annoying. I really found the lighting to be a problem. Oh, go ahead. Story points.
Basically, before I get into that, you don't understand the reason for that hate the blue shells, you should do a blue shells only match, and you'll see.
Well, that sounds just hilarious, though.
Yeah, well, from viewing it, but for the ones actually doing it, it's pure chaos. And bound to be a good amount of swearing.
Yeah.
And a lot. No. Wait!
Oh, so what you're saying is when we play Mario Kart on stream, we should have there be a blue shell only thing. You're giving me ideas, brother. You
we'll talk about that more later, but that won't be for another 2 weeks.
3 weeks. But yes.
Anyways, it's community nights. Don't know what all we'll be doing, but that is a possibility. Anyways.
Yeah, but anyway, story point. I can explain more as you do your next turn.
Alright, lads. Let's show them who's boss.
Alright, so they'll be moving down. They're showing basically zero reservation by my recollection, and they're going to be spawning in units pretty regularly. You will have to worry about units coming from the east and west as well. Maybe from the south, but I can't remember. Catapults are... Well, actually, I don't think there are catapults. Actually, you'll want the villagers to stay pretty close, because they're part of your win condition. You'll actually want them to stay pretty close to the center, because I don't think they can even capture stuff. They definitely can't fight. You can worry about bringing them back later. Let's see. And then,
I brought a few swordsmen just to help.
Yep, swordsmen to clean stuff, and trebuchets and
Ballista.
pikemen are going to be your best friends, and rangers.
Not to mention the occasional cavalry unit.
Yep, so that you can move quickly. So yeah, luckily you've got plenty of good roads that you can use for this village, so you should be able to set up and manage things pretty well. Alright, what else is chat up to? Let's see. Innate, you can dodge them if you use a mushroom wisely. The Wii version screwed you, though. Yeah, and you can also use the loudspeaker in order to mess with it as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. Actually, I just replayed DS. They aren't that bad there either. Also, Innate, there's the Super One. Yep, pretty much. All I remember from the DS Mario Kart is the missions where you try and beat the bullies. Alright then. Why is there a dog as a general? Because why not?
Yeah.
Goddamn nepotism. How dare you, Regal? That is a upstanding and law-abiding pupper. You will not disrespect him. More outlaws have arrived to the south.
Do not worry. We will rush them.
Caesar seems confident we can take them.
And by the way, by rush I mean at crush.
Yeah, so you can have your own forces. Let's see. So you've got a lot to deal with up there. Yeah, you're definitely going to want catapults. Well, actually, there aren't catapults. There are trebuchets. Been playing too much of Fire Emblem Warriors. They label every trebuchet as a catapult, and it irks me. Let's see. What else is going on? Let's see. Oh yeah, it's just basically continuing the Mario Kart discussion. So, I see a blue shell once in 4 or 5 races. I see lightning every race, sometimes twice. Yeah, sounds about right. That's basically my experience too. Although I only usually play with my roommate when he's around. You're not giving yourself much room to set up trebuchets at this rate.
I'm just trying to.
You don't have to worry about going too far. In fact, them going after the villages will actually help. You'll want to keep your bottlenecks.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe a pair of pikemen along some of them, so that way they have to fight.
Yeah.
As well as some trebuchets to help hit them from a distance.
Yeah. For now, you might want to bring your mage closer to the line in case you need to defend. Either way. What else is going on? Sorry, Jade, the quote from Borderlands where General Knox is talking about how his superior is the literal child. Okay, fair enough. Although, to be fair, that is royalties proper, so... Let's see, what else is chat up to? So, oh yeah, the blue shell frequency. So, 90% of the time... Let's see. Hang on, I'm not sure I understand. Okay, all is inconsistent, so with CPUs you don't see that. Okay, fair enough. Oh, they're actually being smart and not attacking your pupper outright.
I'm getting one of these.
Ballistas aren't great for range, actually.
What,
You'd be better off just starting to spam pikemen, honestly. Oh, wait, you're going for that because... Oh, I see.
Yeah, they're using a...
Never mind. Never mind, go for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Alright. So, this should be interesting to see this play out.
Okay.
That's in range.
I know, I'm just trying to think of how I best want to do it.
Yeah, this one took me a couple of attempts, to be fair.
But I'm definitely moving the alchemists up there to help defend Kaiser from those harpies. And yes.
Yeah, you'll definitely want something to help Caesar out.
Yeah, and before you ask, yes, that is literally the name, what those things are called. The cherry stone and
I am aware.
yeah, I was explaining to the fans.
Alright, so...
Where would be a good... Ooh, I could capture... Oh wait, no, I can't.
No, you can't capture with cavalry. That's gonna be the... Well, that's gonna be the tricky part. You may want to keep Caesar where he is so they're forced to go after your village, because you can have the alchemist reclaim later.
And also take on that harpy.
Well, yeah, that also ensures that you're not having to back off either. Yeah, that should work for now. I guess, what makes sense?
And I can have the cavalry charge in when ready.
Yeah, and then, yeah, that guy's out of range. Maybe put him in... Nah, don't put him in the forest. He'll get murdered. That should be fine. Alright, let's see what they... Let's see what they have in store first. Here. Yeah, you may want to make sure they go for the villages before they go for you, but that should be simple enough. Alright. Another thing I don't get is the love of Mario Kart Wii. To me, it looks janky and unbalanced as hell. That was my first Mario Kart, actually.
Yeah, same here. Well, actually, I think I played prior versions before, or though well, just not officially.
The first one that we physically owned. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
Alright, so you take a decent amount of damage, but they don't have the advantage on this, so you deal with them pretty quickly. Let's see. Hey Jay, ever played Super Circuit? I have not. There we go. Get a little bit of damage down, and then your infantry can help seal the deal. Because the damage from villages is very consistent. Although they'll probably claim that over there. Not that it does them any good, apart from maybe letting their alchemists heal people. Although it may be good to just spam pikemen since that you're trying to defend a static position.
Beyond surrounded now, not so tough now, are you, Hairball? I imagine they...
His Hairball has friends. I'd have him go for the infantry. Other side. Oh, never mind.
That was more damage.
I was just trying... Well, he was gonna one-shot anyway. My concern was making sure that he can get over to the other side, because you're gonna be running into problems very soon.
Oh.
Yeah, to the northwest, to the northeast. Let's see. Retro maps in Mario Kart are the ones I'm good at. You'll have to show me next time we do a variety night, because the next one is going to be a multiplayer variety night. Alright, so you've got that there, ready to assist. I think you can put the ballista... Yeah, that'll be fine. I think put the ballista... Actually... No, that's too close. I'd recommend keeping the artillery within... Well, I'd recommend keeping the artillery within range, well, within the walls. So I'd probably put it... Actually, hang on, let me see. Actually, I'll tab into the game real quick. What if you put it over here?
Let's see. Ooh! Enough for a trebuchet.
Excellent.
So, should I put one here or there?
Mario Kart? Huh?
Where should I build it?
Probably there.
And where should I plop her?
Keep it to the roads.
So here or here?
Either one will work. Because that gives it pretty good mobility regardless of where you're going. You may want to move that cavalry up so that you can smack the archer. Yeah, that'll work. Think. Yeah, that should work. You'll be able to smack it no matter where he goes now. Alright, so you've got infantry approaching from there. Actually, you can attack the infantry without getting smacked by the pikemen, so that might be a good idea. Yeah, go for it. because it's pretty cheap to replenish infantry.
And I can have this guy move to help.
Yep. Alright, and then you've got that guy to effectively prevent him from being useful, which will be good. Nice. Alright, we've got this. Now, what else is Chad up to? Super Circuit is the GBA Mario Kart. Oh, I see. Let's see. Yeah. Actually, what GBA games did we have? Because basically,
Which
games?
games?
Move that one back.
Which games?
The GBA games.
Game Boy Advance?
Yeah, most of the GBA stuff that we had was turn-based, so
as well as
our first
some of the
introduction to Nintendo from that.
As well as some of the Pokemon games. Anyways, where should I put this soldier?
Turn-based, yes. Keep it close.
Like here?
Yeah. That way it can still smack those rangers if they try and use their full movement. And that'd be a good trade for you. Even if they do get murdered elsewhere. Let's see, but yeah, because I've got pretty much all my GBA games on the bookcase right there. It's all 3 of the Gen 3 Pokemon games. It is Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones, and those are the main ones we played, and Advance Wars 1 and 2. Can't forget those. Good teach.
You just reminded me that they actually do have plans for another Kung Fu movie. Well,
Wait,
Kung
they
Fu
do?
Panda movie. Yeah,
Wait, they do?
Yeah.
Oh crap, they're actually smart about attack range.
More harpies!
How dare they be smart about attack range?
I might need another ballista.
You're gonna need a lot more than that. Okay, do not put it there, otherwise, yeah, there. That way the pikemen won't just murder it outright.
Charge!
Okay. And then... Actually, yeah, set it to where the max range is always... Actually, may I?
Sure. Go for it.
Here's what I'm thinking. The max... This thing has a range of 5, right? So the max range, if you want to surround this, basically... 8, 1, 2, 3, 4... Plop it there. Wait, is that right? No. Range of 5, right? So if it's here, 1, 2, 3, 4... Anything that it attacks except this, if this pikeman guns for it, when it's right next to the barracks, if it goes for it, it dies. Outright.
So...
Right next to the barracks.
Right there?
Yes.
And while
Now...
I know that...
Oh, right. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, while I know it's not super effective, at least it's more damage.
Actually, this might be really stupid.
What?
But you could put the villagers to barricade briefly. They will survive an initial volley against a 5 health soldier. It's really stupid, but it works. Alright, so you got a cavalry unit there. The infantry won't be able to do much good against the cavalry, so you can have it use its full movement to go assist to the south. Well, to the northwest, east, I should say.
Wait.
Yeah, that's a good trade. It looks bad, but that's a good trade, actually. Because those infantry cost you a lot less when you're getting back. And then you'll want some swordsmen over there to reinforce the north and south. Yeah, that'll do. And you don't want that. They'll pikemen will get its wing at you if you do that. You'll probably want them to... Actually, wait, that'll put that in range of the archers. That is basically out of commission. Just put it in max range. Well, just put it... Actually, wait, there's a harpy down there. Crap.
Or if I put up another ballista.
Yeah, you'll want it to go straight south then. Okay. I thought I had caught up with Chet, Gilgamesh. Let's see, so... Yeah, go ahead and use the max range on the cavalry to have it move up, because that infantry's not going to do a whole lot of damage to it. No. Okay, move down. You're going to need help again with the alchemist and the archer over here. So you're going to want to just move it over here, I think. And then you can have... Yeah, you can just have that guy Well, what would be the best place to have it waiting in the wing? Maybe near the forest by the cavalry. Not in it, though. Oh, well.
Oops.
Yeah, the infantry won't do that much. I don't think. Yeah, that's a good trade. That'll at least ensure that that city survives one round.
Yeah, though I need more gold.
Yeah, I know. Let's see, what else to chat to? Have you watched the video recommended from last time? I tried to, but YouTube was being obnoxious for me that night, so I need to finish it.
Hopefully that's the last they'll be spawning units on us.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Uh-oh.
That won't be much damage. That'll be, what, 10% at most? The outlaws are inside the settlement walls!
Repick together!
We can't let the stronghold fall. Alright, you'll probably end up losing that, but the fact that they acted that way first means you'll at least get a bit of damage on them first. Remember, it will eventually stop spawning stuff, I just can't remember how quickly.
And then I can really focus on taking them to the cleaners.
Alright, as expected, they go for the villagers. Your sacrifice will not be in vain.
We're attacking the villagers! The villagers, we have to keep them safe!
Yes, I know, I'm a horrible person for using them as meat shields, but never mind that, we will win.
Now I think that one is within ballista range.
Well, it's in trebuchet range, which is even more important. Yeah, you're going to be dealing with a lot. It's eventually going to boil down to just remaining within the walls and doing what damage you can in there. You may want to set up a ballista just to have something near that infantry.
You mean catapult?
Well, actually, have the ballista move down this way, because you've got the cavalry unit who can finish off the archers. That way you protect that way. And then you can kill that.
Fire!
Bam. Alright, that should suffice for now. You may want to abandon that down there. You're gonna need the infantry. You're gonna need those. Yeah, that'll be good for now. Alright, I'd set up a ballista to deal with at least some long range, just to get you a little bit.
Around here?
Middle. That'll work. Okay, and then you've got that guy. It'll get mulched by everything if you do that, though, so that's unwise. Actually, putting the alchemists in the mountains wouldn't be a bad idea. You can keep Caesar there for now. Or actually, you can have him withdraw to the forest next to the alchemist. Or at least get close to it, because that'll still put him in range to hit the cavalry in the right circumstance. Then you can have the cavalry move a little closer, but I wouldn't have them attack yet, because you need to worry about them taking damage from...
Like here?
Well, let's figure out the range on... Yeah, oh, sorry, go ahead. Let's figure out the range on everyone. I'd say stay out of the Harpies range, but otherwise... Okay, so basically move it one into the right of the alchemist. Yeah, that'll do. Their main threat against you has been taken care of with the pikemen being heavily damaged, so we should be fine. Still. Alright, looks like we're good to go. Now what else is chat up to? Let's see, so how's everyone today? Currently treating my room like the Alamo against the insects and my sister on the outside. Oh boy, that bad, huh? Oh crap, we left those in range. That's gonna hurt. Let's see, what else is chat up to? Fun fact, there exists an old D&D campaign where a giant weasel randomly appears in... Okay, I'm not gonna read that. Let's see, also the original Deities and Demigods supplement included a Cthulhu pantheon, but then that got cut out of later versions because people are effing cowards. Oh boy. I'm sick, Regal, and I stayed home today. Sorry to hear that, Gwen. You sure you should be up to sleep then? Oh well. If you feel that you can manage it, don't let me stop you, but still. If you do need to sleep, don't feel like you have to stay up.
Okay!
Excellent.
Fire!
That was a shout out too.
Bang!
Okay. And then you can use Caesar to make mincemeat of the cavalry, which will be good for us. Yeah, that'll work. That'll make it easier to defend it as well. Alright, so that's out of range of everything important. So you've got the war pups, who are probably going to deal damage to the ballista no matter what. Huh, actually, what would be good? I'd say pikemen. Let's see, will that prevent the war pups from attacking the ballista? Yes, good.
Yeah, but...
So the only thing they'll be able to badly injure will be the pikemen, which is good for us. And you don't want to... Won't be good at this point. Yeah, you may as well do what damage you can.
Yeah.
I just realized, with where we put the ballista, those archers might be able to shoot at it. You may want to... Actually, send an alchemist in with the other barracks then, so that you can heal the ballista if necessary. And just in case you need to get directly involved with the harpies.
Yeah.
Jay, you dirty boy, the weasel sucked NPC's blood? Did I not Given that you are the textbook definition of horny on main, can you blame me for assuming that? Let's see. What else is going on in chat? Okay, so Regal being silly. Let's see. Hey Jay, have you played Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines? I've heard a lot about it. I don't know too much about it.
What should I do with these two guys?
Let's see. What's the cavalry going? Because remember, the ability for Caesar lets you do a turn reset to every unit near. So at this point, what can the cavalry unit hit? Enemy cavalry, I should say. Huh. At this point, if he's smart, he'll go after the settlement. If he does, Caesar may be able to take him out before running back to the settlement and helping defend the rest. For now, though, what would the cavalry be best served doing? Can it knock out the settlement? I don't know if you can necessarily... No, it can't. Okay, so don't waste damage then. No, don't waste damage on them then. At this point, I don't think you can hold them. Let's see... What to best do? What would be the best? What can the ballista hit?
I already used the ballista. Remember,
the other ballista. The other ballista. Alright, so you can knock out the pikemen, but what else can you hit with? Substantial damage to that. What can the enemy alchemists up there hit? Can they reach the pikemen? They cannot. I'd say hit the war pups then to minimize damage to your pikemen. There we go. And then you can put the the infantry can stay where they are. You've got pikemen coming from that direction. Huh. I'm not sure where those cavalry should go. The alchemist is that alchemist is probably fine where he is. Yeah, that'll work too. The cavalry, I'm not sure where you want to go with that. I'll leave it up to you. I wouldn't recommend attacking anything though, or putting it into attack range. Oh, I see. Just help reinforce Caesar. Okay. And then you've got that cavalry unit plus the trebuchet if needed. Alright, cool. Let's see, what else to chat up to? Let's see, so... Oh yeah, I was talking about Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I have not played it, though I have heard a decent amount. Let's see...
Dang! Guys, I could just knock that thing out. Yeah, I'm pretty much gonna set up pikemen to help guard the entrances.
Yep, that'll work well. Ooh, something for your everything else to shoot at. Maybe I should have had you send the cavalry unit down that way.
It's okay.
Yep, that's going to be lost pretty swiftly, but it will provide us an ample distraction for now.
Okay. I think one of the harpies is within range.
I think that's out of range, actually.
Oh, crap! Yeah! How's this dog still holding us off? We sent out half our forces! Did you hear that, Kaiser? We're halfway there! Rex on edge! Okay, so half of their forces are... I've made it.
I'm pretty sure that's... Oh crap, that's out of... I forgot the enemy in this game is actually smart about attack ranges after a while. And you know what the worst part is? I think the Harpy is in range of your trebuchet.
No,
Okay,
just out!
Okay, so the question is, what are you willing to part with then? Because that ballista should absolutely hit the archers, just to mitigate damage from them. I think you should... Well, I think a cavalry unit to help clean up the archers below would be good. So I'd say set a pikeman up at barracks... Well, at the left... Well, at the rightmost barracks. Just to have another pikeman at the ready. Yeah. Doesn't matter where, it'll just be lined up with that guy. Eventually. And then... I guess you can take out the pikemen. Oh, wait a minute. The pikemen you sent out are gonna get blasted by the archers.
Oops.
Whoops. Well, at least you can blast everything else as it approaches. And then... What else is there we need to worry about? Let's see, so... Do we mind losing that cavalry if we can take out that alchemist? My vote's on yes. You may need to move your... Actually, here's what I'm anticipating now.
It's
The
barely alive.
the Harpy is going to go after your cavalry unit, which means it'll continue to remain outside your ballista range, but will be able to attack your trebuchet next turn. I say you preempt it by sending the trebuchet somewhere else. I'm not particularly concerned about where else, but I think it would be better served elsewhere. Because the trebuchet will act as a hard barrier for the enemy trebuchet, if nothing else. I'm just trying to think. You may as well preempt. Oh, wait. Do you want a knight to replace the one that's about to fall? Yeah, that'll work.
Well, the harpy can't reach it.
He will next turn.
But
I'm thinking that while you can move the trebuchet, maybe you should so that it can at least fire on something next round. Wait, not yet. Where do we move it?
Well, you figure that out.
Actually, Caesar can basically defend that on his own now. We may as well set... Although, there is the Trevi. There is the incoming trebuchet, though. It'll take a while before it reaches, so you may want to send that cavalry unit to help elsewhere. Wait a minute. Ooh! That's actually good use.
And I can
The Alchemist
capture
won't be
it.
able to do a lot of damage if they do initiate. Actually, you can use that to claim it. Although, cavalry. Hang on, what's the range of that cavalry? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's just going to claim it the moment you do, so... No, don't do that. Keep that Alchemist where it is, actually. Let them come to you. Now, next question. Do you want to... Do you want a sacrificial lambs? Not yet, probably. Yeah, this is probably fine. See? And now it's in range of your trebuchet. And you don't have a way to shoot it. Alright, that'll probably knock it down to half. Oh, crap! so it's easy to get shot at. Alright, this goes forward. That'll bring him down to less than half, which is good for us. And that'll be the end of that. Oh crap.
At least the ballista can strike it.
Oh yeah, that'll actually make it work out in your favor. At least numerically. As expected. Alright, so your cavalry versus theirs. You have the advantage on the attack, so you should have this. Have the cavalry attack on the plains. Yeah, that'll minimize damage to it, and then the alchemist can finish it off. There we go. Yep, nice and easy. Down you go. Let's see, what else is chat up to? Alright, so discussion about NES games. Let's see, don't know too much about the ones being discussed, so I'll move on. Hey Jay, you really need to play the Tier Ring Saga? I feel like you mentioned it a couple of times. I'll definitely have to find time for it, although the pain of emulating PS1 games has been keeping me away for a while. I'd probably have shot at the archers first, because those are more threatening at this point. Alright, so it is in range of the trebuchet, so you're going to need to move it. Yeah, that'll work actually. And you can burn some money to... Never mind. Let's see, what would be next? Actually, go to the other spot and recruit a ranger. Because the enemy has rangers over there, so you may as well greet them in kind. Now, it's not a great use for pikemen. But it will be a good distraction for a while. Alright, so the cavalry can't hurt. Yeah, may as well shoot what you can there. Bam. Now, how do we want to deal with the rest? Yeah, definitely do that. That'll basically neuter that one.
So I'll need to be wary of that harpy, because I don't know if Kaiser can attack him.
No, he cannot.
So I should probably get a bullet.
We will have to get the alchemist back over.
Or get a alchemist over.
Yeah. Either way, I'd recommend putting down... Let's see, what would be good? Let's see... What would work best? Actually, a battle pup might be faster. Yeah, it will be faster, actually. So plop that down where it won't get hurt by anything else. And then that cavalry can be used to help reinforce elsewhere, because you don't need a lot of physical defenses to the east, to the west now. So you may as well have that cavalry unit ready to assist to the south. Maybe... you don't want it in range of that ranger, but...
But once this ranger tries coming closer, it'll get minced.
Yeah, so I'd say... Let's see, what's the range of the... Let's see... Okay, so... My recommendation is to put the cavalry over here so that it can reinforce, just in case. And then that can stay put. Do we have the pikemen attack someone? Because that would engage in effective delay tactics. Yeah, may as well. I just had a really dumb idea.
What?
Have those swordsmen reclaim that village. What that'll cause is, well, it will mean that they effectively get mulched without too much fanfare, but what it also means is that it gives you an excuse to have your alchemists run up and cause some havoc.
Which one?
Against the warp... Well, actually, I'd have them at least block the entrance, though they will take a lot of damage from the pikemen. But this means that they'll waste time... Wait, no! I wanted to attack them. Because now they're going to take the full force. I did want to block it off, but you could have blocked it off while still attacking, but never mind. I should be more clear on my initial idea.
Well, we'll see what happens. Of course, for all we know, the war pups may not even attack there.
We'll see. What else is chat up to? I'd say it's worth the headache. Yeah, for PS1 emulation. I have done it before. I'd just rather not do it if I don't have to. Let's see. Also, I hear PS1 emulation is easier than Vita emulation. Well, by that standard, it's also better than Xbox emulation. That doesn't mean you want to do either. And with how many other games I want to check out, it's just a matter of priority. Alright, with that, I'm surprised it hasn't fallen yet. Alright, so that will absolutely fall. Alright, gonna take the full force of that. It won't kill them, but yeah, it'll hurt. You'll want to reinforce them. You'll want to reinforce them at some point. And then those archers are basically going to waste all their time attacking that. So I guess you can have Caesar start retreating a little bit. But the reason for doing this, they waste their time and energy on that rather than your forces. Okay, yeah, you definitely want Caesar to fall back now. Alright, so the war pups will do heavy damage to them, so... oh, not as heavy as I thought, actually. Okay, yeah, you definitely want Caesar to back off then. And only to get out of range of the Harpy. Yeah, they can get out of range. But yeah, that should be your focus right now. Yep, no one can claim that immediately, although... you're gonna be racing to make sure that Caesar doesn't get mulched by the Harpy, but that'll be fine. Meanwhile... Ooh, problem is that's pikemen. And they have crit. You have crit, but so do they. Decisions. There aren't any archers to worry about down there yet. Oh, that's actually a good idea.
Where did they go?
What would be good? Recapture the base again to waste those pikemen's time? Let's see, well, there's a couple ways you could go through this. Let's see. I have an idea.
What?
Yes. So, you're gonna want a swordsman or someone to help barricade up there. Probably someone cheap. Oh, that's gonna get immediately killed.
Which one? Should I attack the pikeman?
Yeah. I was thinking put the swordsman where it wouldn't get immediately killed, but never mind me. So, put an alchemist at the other spot. Right in front of the barracks. That way you can have the other alchemist assist elsewhere. Oh, that's actually perfect. Your ballista can keep firing at people without fear of reproach. And I'd recommend that you spend the rest of your gold reinforcing... Actually, here's what I'd recommend. You've got the... Hang on. You've got this alchemist over here that you can reinforce. I'd recommend that you do so. Oh shoot, I didn't realize it would pull from both. That's actually quite useful. And then the infantry, just to barricade them. Actually, you can have it at... What would be good here? If it falls back... you know what? It won't be able to do a whole lot of damage, and the only thing it could Actually, the only one who could realistically get in would be the war pups. How much damage can you do to the war pups? Oh, quite a bit, actually. You can basically render them moot. Because the only one who can hurt the archers now is that one infantry unit, and they're not going to do much. Alright, what else is chat up to? Alright, so Dwayne is continuing his usual trivia night. Looks like it's focused on D&D stuff. Let's see. And then Regal's being silly. What the dog doing in D? They have crit. I wouldn't recommend that. I'd probably have him just... Actually, yeah, just have him fall back. Actually, we've got those war pups that we can move somewhere. What I was thinking is throw them at the archers. Because if the archers are smart, they may take a pot shot at your ballistic. Alright, that should do.
Will the structures fight back?
Actually did more damage than I expected, honestly. Alright, so it should be able to take it out at this point. Yep. Oh, wow. Didn't expect that.
Must be going for Kaiser.
Well, to be fair, they knock out Caesar, and it's over, so not exactly a bad assumption to make. Alright, let's see, what else is chapter? So what does the General Dog in Wargroove do? His special ability is to give a turn reset to every ally next to him. Quite useful. Quite useful indeed. Oh, that's tempting.
Yeah, but I need alchemists to help defend.
Oh, wait a minute. I have an idea.
What are you thinking?
You have Caesar's Groove. Okay, here's my thinking. You have Caesar's Groove, so what you do is this. You have 2 alchemists that you can throw at this situation. So let's figure out the range. Hang on. You've got 2 alchemists in the fortifications here. So what's the range? What if... So let's see, they have a movement of 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you have this alchemist over here, he could reach that harpy over there. And...
Which one?
Hang on, let me take over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here's what you do. This alchemist goes over here. Do you mind?
Not at all.
Alright, here's what I'm thinking. This alchemist goes over here. This alchemist goes over... Actually, do I want him here? Hang on a minute. Did I think this through? No, I did not. Okay, So we have an alchemist over here. Oh, wait a minute. We're just gonna go haywire on these guys. It's gonna be glorious. So you see what I'm trying to set up? And then you use Caesar's Groove to really hurt him. Wait. Nope, not yet. Yeah, in the middle, yeah. And now the cavalry takes out the trebuchet. The alchemist takes out one of the harpies. And does heavy damage to something else.
Well, outright destroy the trebuchet, but it'll at least keep it from being effective.
Yep, that'll significantly reduce its damage. And then you can have them target whoever you like. It'll be glorious. Yeah, that probably makes the most sense. The archers are the more threatening target. Wow. Now.
Which one?
Yeah, I'd target the archers. Because they can pose a substantial threat. And then you can have your ballistic knock them out, hurt them the rest of the way. Yep, that'll be fun. That way they can't cause any substantial harm to anybody else for a while. Yep, you can have them just be straight up killed. You will need something to barricade in order to ensure that those archers will be fine. Pikemen would be good. What else would
but
work?
I need to set up another one to make it effective.
Well, yeah, but you've got a lot of pikemen over there. Your cavalry aren't going to avail you much. You're going to be very much reliant on... Actually, wait a minute. It may be wise to move the trebuchet into position to assist them. Although you do have stuff to worry about to the south. What would be good? Because the cavalry that you've got, yeah, the cavalry and the war pups there should be enough to sufficiently distract.
Where should I send the trebuchet?
Well, that's what I'm debating. Because that trebuchet is effectively preventing that pikeman from going any further. And that alone might be worth keeping it there. The question is, can you properly barricade to the north with what you've got? Because you've got a choice between... you don't have a lot of good choices for what to keep alive. As of right now, you need to reinforce somebody. Yeah, you may as well do that, just to distract them. Fortunately, the only one who can reach you otherwise is the alchemist. But the problem is those pikemen are going to start attempting to encroach, and you're going to need somebody to block off the enemy approaching from the south, if only to prevent that alchemist from going haywire. Luckily, actually, I think you have the alchemist go on the attack. Oh crap, he can't reach the enemy alchemist. I don't like letting it... Actually, set the cavalry to block. The alchemist won't do a lot of damage, and the archer is out of range. Then you can use that guy as necessary. Now, as for that, maybe a pikeman, just so that you can reverse Uno the enemy pikeman over there.
Now, where should I send these pups?
Well, you've got archers to worry about, so set it up to deal with them. Isn't that in range? Yeah. I just set it next to the ballista for now. If they go after... No, ballista, not trebuchet. Yeah, that'll work.
And move this
and
one.
then, actually, trebuchet can stay. Unless you want to try and... Unless you want to try and do something with it. Let me think. There's nothing in range right now, so if you want... Let's look around real quick. What's to the north again? Not too much, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. That would force the pikemen to decide whether to... Actually, moving it up there would force it to decide... Yeah, actually, yeah, that'll work. There's a bit of a risk of the harpy trying to turn around and say sup, but given that Caesar is right there, I don't think it'll
Not to mention that if it tries to go after it, it'll get mulched by the...
Well, it'll do a lot of damage before it gets mulched, though. Alright, I think we're good. Let's see how they respond. As expected.
How much is this gonna do?
A lot. I'd recommend I say 30. Oh wow, less than that? Huh. For the equivalent of a battlecopter, I expected a lot more.
Then again, the heroes are tanky. Well, I can at least reclaim that.
Mm-hmm. You do have the forces right now to do so, so that'll work just fine. Oh, I forgot about the range of that one. My bad.
It's okay.
Well, substantially less damage, I suppose. Alright, so that alchemist is basically dead. Sayonara. Huh. They're actually staying away from the cavalry unit. Giants! These outlaws mean business!
Wait, giants?
This is no time to go getting intimidated. We have to protect the villagers.
Exactly! Wait. Oh. You know those golems that the Florum were using? This
Say
is
hello.
To the Cherry Stone variant.
Yeah, you're gonna need to start reclaiming crap. Luckily, you can knock out the important stuff pretty easily. Honestly, you'll probably want to reinforce someone pretty swiftly. Alright, you can capture one. Now, they said giants plural. You may want to look around and be sure that that's the only one. Okay, It's just harpies elsewhere. Good.
And it's just the one.
Yep, that makes sense. I wonder if I wonder if that pikeman's still in range of the trebuchet. If so, that would be glorious.
No.
No, not quite. Actually, you may want to move the trebuchet up, actually.
How far?
Maybe it's... I put it in the corner, actually.
Right here?
Yeah. It might be a bit out of the way as far as the southern stuff is concerned, but... Wait, it could have claimed the village if you had moved it to the other side, but never mind. Never mind me trying to be super optimal. Okay. Keep the war pups there. It'll effectively act as a deterrent. And the cavalry, cheers love, cavalry's there.
Charge!
Actually, not a bad time to shoot at those.
And it'll be out of range.
Actually, oh crap, I just realized.
What?
The enemy archers can shoot at you now, although they will take a hit from the ballista for it. Ooh, excellent.
May as well.
Probably should have looked above to make sure there wasn't anything important, but I'd assume no. Yeah. Okay, then Pikeman can block off. Actually, can those alchemists... Dumb question, can those alchemists take out the... Ooh, actually, they might be able to take out those guys. Although they'll die for it, though, if they do that. What I'm curious about is whether they can claim the southern. Ooh, they can. That might be worth it.
Yeah, it won't.
Just to supplement your income.
I'll need to send someone else to capture it.
Yep, those pikemen will be in range to do so that'll be fine. And then Caesar. Yeah, you can keep him nearby.
I need
yeah,
for
go
the
ahead
heal.
and withdraw him. You don't want him dying to anything crazy at this point, not when we're this far in. And then we know that there's enemy harpies to the south, so we'll want the alchemist that you've got near the cavalry can go assist with what's coming from the north, so you can send that one to the south. And then, do we want that ballista to move up at all? Now that one's not moving this turn, but what about the one you haven't activated? Oh, actually, yeah, you move it there and it can shoot at anybody that goes for that settlement. And they probably will be able to claim it anyway, but if you can get some straight damage onto the cavalry that's coming in, why not? And keep it out of the cavalry's range more to the point, without having to let Caesar take all the damage. Yeah, I messed that one up. That's gonna hurt.
But the ballista should be able to attack that, though.
Yes, it will, but it'll only do probably 25%. Still, that is a lot. That does that. Alright, that is the problem with them getting a hold of stuff. Oh, you're finally going for that, huh? How cute. Okay. Alright, and that was what I was concerned with, but that only has less than 10%, so it's basically negligible.
Another trebuchet.
And we can manage those. You don't have crit, I wouldn't recommend it. You don't want cavalry to go after pikemen, that ends badly. Alright, so you can have one pikeman. Let's see. I'd recommend you have the trebuchet take out the pikemen, but yeah, let's focus down here first. One thing at a time. Yep, that'll work.
Yeah, take out the archers, so that way there'll be one less threat.
Wait, that put it in range of the archers. There were only 5. Wait, that put it in range of infantry, too. Can the war pups reach the enemy infantry? Oh, man. Actually, did I put it in range of infantry? I think it only put it in range of archers. Okay, that's fine. It'll hurt, but it'll manage. Okay, we've got cavalry over there now. May as well claim that real quick one. And then you can have... And then you can have the pikemen waiting in the wing to effectively hamstring those guys. Yep, that'll work. Wait, not yet. Have them move down a little.
How far?
Move further. All the way. What I'm thinking is, you'll want some flexibility in order to deal with whatever nonsense gets thrown. So, may as well lean into it, right? So what's challenge? You guys ever watch the show The Venture Bros? I like it. Shame stuff got canceled. I know nothing about it, so I can't speak on it, sadly. I don't want to have it reinforced.
What should I make here?
Pikeman? I put it in the forest because it'll get stabbed pretty quickly, but... And then you can have... It's probably more important to reinforce your damage, because if you attack with it, it'll die next round. Probably makes more sense to reinforce. Get what you can back. Alright, cool. It brings it up to near full. And then those pikemen can march, and at least ensure that they don't get too much they can throw at other stuff. And then reinforcing took most of that, so that's fine. Hang on, what's the range of that cavalry? Enemy cavalry. Well, that's lovely.
Who should I have this guy shoot?
Cavalry's probably priority. How much damage can you do to that versus the pike? Shoot the cavalry. You do not want that gunning for you later. Alright, now make sure you keep out of its range. Let's see. And then... Alright, Caesar's out of range of it for now. Yeah, that should be fine. Yeah, I had a feeling, but I guess that's one way to bait it out. Even if it hurts in the moment. As expected. Alright, they won't do that much damage though. Or so I thought. Alright, flame damage will help you here, but it'll still hurt. Not as much as I expected though. Nice. You know what I just realized?
What?
One of the enemy pikemen just walked in the crit range of that ballista. Alright. Oh, this is gonna be rough, no matter what you do. Okay, what do you want to what part do you want to tackle first? There's a lot that can be tackled. That'll need to be. So, step one, let's see to the artillery. Let's see, the ballista is in crit range. Well, yeah, what makes the most sense? You can have the alchemist straight up knock that one out, so I think for the war pups actually. Actually, the war pups may be able to take it out so you don't even have to risk. Oh yeah, that's perfect actually. They take it out, and then the alchemist can stay out of range of the enemy infantry too. That's actually perfect. And so that leaves that to shoot at the war pups, which is good for us. Can't hit the cavalry. It can't hit the flyers yet. bad idea. Withdraw him. So, yeah, just take that guy out. Nice and easy. Okay, good. And then, what damage can you do with the ballistate first? You can do more to the alchemist, so go ahead and hit the alchemist. You've got plenty of support that you can draw from down there. Don't wait the cavalry. Have the pikemen stab first. Let's see what's going on in chat. Okay, so chat's being silly. Let's see.
They won't be able to
replay. Clip in the React part of Discord, then Jay, if you want to see it. I'll have to take a look at some point. Sounds like I'll have a couple things to react to at some point. And then, yeah, may as well stab it just to get it out of your hair.
And if I can, I'm gonna make a trebuchet.
You cannot. In that case, you can probably get away with just putting down a couple infantry on both sides just to have warm bodies. That will ensure that you have enough, regardless of what gets mulched next round. Okay, now, looking at what's left. You've got the cavalry. Ooh, you have crit? Do it.
Don't know about crit.
It is crit. Do it.
Well, at least
you do not want that cavalry moved to where it can hit the ballista. You do not want that still standing. It's gonna die next round because there are pikemen right there. Actually, wait a minute, that pikeman's in crit range.
Which one?
Do it. That one. Range 2. Do it.
And I can possibly have Kaiser, or clean house.
I don't think he's in range. He is not. Still.
I can have this one do it.
That works. The only one who could hurt it then is another pikeman.
Or the war pups.
I think that one's already gotten its money's worth from killing the harpies. Alright, that's glorious. Alright, so. Now comes... wait for them to come to you. You've got the trebuchet. Let's see. Yeah, you can have it. Yeah, you don't need to worry about them. Actually, how much damage is returned if you do that? Okay, not worth at all.
I could reinforce, but that would mean it'd be slower to get another trebuchet.
Well, let's find out. Let's see, where's the info panel? You're getting 700 gold a round. You should assume 600 because of... Yeah, you should assume 600 because this cavalry is going to absolutely knock this out, if he's smart. So, yeah, don't reinforce. But you can have that... Actually, you can have that alchemist move to where he can more easily deal with the harpy, or at least force him to reposition. Yeah, that'll work. And then maybe have that pikeman withdraw a little bit. Yeah, perfect. And Caesar's good where he is. Alrighty. Let's see what kind of murder they attempt. Oh crap!
Forgot about that detail.
Oh, that was costly. Speaking of costly, this is gonna hurt, even without crit. Ooh. They balanced this game well, for better or worse. At least they won't get crit on your pikemen later, and will pay for it dearly. Oh, that's even worse. Alright, you'll take a decent amount from that, but that should be survival. Especially since your archers will be able to... Actually, well, your ballistas should be able to do enough return fire.
Or these guys aren't coming. I imagine that this would be it since they haven't summoned anything else.
Well, turn's not over yet.
Means he's so tough because he's majestic and magnificent. We'll show him.
I think this is the last wave.
This looks like the last wave.
Alrighty.
Perfect! Just raid the horse! The horse! Let's take him out and save the settlement.
I'd have the actually, you wanted a trebuchet, didn't you?
Yeah.
Where would be a good place for it? Hang on. Where would be a good place for it? You may want to move the ballista then. But actually, well, let's see. Where would the best place for a trebuchet be? Probably where that knight is standing. If you're able to barricade, which you should be able to at this point. Yeah, that works, I guess. Now, that'll put it in kill range of the harpies. But if they actually, wait a minute, will that put it in kill range of the ballista though? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you need to move the ballista near the barracks if you wanted the knight to sally forth, but it would allow you to kill it. Well, it would take the harpy out plenty. Bear in mind, your alchemists starting the top are both injured. And
So
will probably not last
it.
around.
So I might want to consider getting another one when I get the chance.
Yeah, you do have the ballista to protect you. At this point, you may as well have the alchemists do what damage they can. Speaking of what damage they can, that'll work perfectly. Yeah, you're definitely going to want an extra alchemist, because you're going to lose most of them after this round. You've got even more to worry about soon. Let's see. What can that hit? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, because I need to, for the sake of those civilians.
And for the ballista to stay alive. Oh. What would be good? Have the infantry claim, well, have the pikemen reclaim that down there, and then set up the crit. How long have we been going on this map? Hang on a minute.
A little over an hour.
Oh, geez.
Will we have enough time for the next one?
We might not. We may have enough time for the main story mission, actually. Because if I remember correctly, it's a mission where you have limited deployment. Alright, those war pups are basically done for. Send that soldier down below then. To help guard that. If that swordsman's smart, he'll go after the ballista. And then, let's see.
Speaking of which...
Well, if you have nothing else to shoot at, may as well.
Yeah, slowly work it so that way I can claim that when I get the chance.
And then... Nah, I wouldn't recommend that. The harpy will kill at the moment you do that. And actually, given that, I'd have that alchemist move up.
Right here?
Yeah. Let's make sure that it'll be in good position to either barricade or murder. You can do a similar thing with the archers, because the archers can attack harpies.
Just to make it a little easier.
Yep. That's actually perfect. And then... You see, those pikemen I think are good. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, those pikemen are good where they are. Actually, another thing, you've still got an alchemist you can use.
Where?
Up above. The one that got attacked by war pups. You may as well have it strike... Oh, wait a minute. Put it on the mountain. That at least gets you a crit before things go haywire. Ow. Fortunately, the golems... Well, unfortunately, you've got trouble inbound, so that'll be fun.
But once I clear the south end...
Oh shoot, I didn't realize that was in range.
Well, he's still pretty healthy.
Not going to be helpful.
He's still pretty healthy, and the ballista can attack. The trebuchet can...
That is true. That actually does work in your favor. You can use Caesar as bait. For a lot of things by the looks of it. Look at me, I'm the best pupper. Acknowledge me as the best pupper. Alright, as expected. That'll probably be a kill. Yep. Something for your archers to shoot. Something for your ballista to shoot at, I guess. Alright, that'll probably be death.
I need to get some soldiers down ASAP.
Oh shoot, I just realized, yeah, that ballista's gonna get hurt by it. Yeah, I think that ballista's gonna die because of the pikemen now. Unless you physically block it.
And Kaiser was hurting.
Yep, as expected. Oh, as expected given the circumstances. Luckily, the trebuchet will be able to knock out the alchemist. Oh, wait a minute. The golem's in range.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Yes, absolutely kill immediately. No hesitation. Alright. Now, don't worry about that. Okay, let's figure out where to send the rest.
This'll take out the pups. This could take out that.
The problem I'm seeing right now is that the ballista is about to be stabbed by a bunch of pikemen. That would be good. I think what we want to do is this. Man?
Sure.
Alright, we've got... Let me just make sure I'm tapped in. Alright, so we've got this trebuchet here. We know that there's trouble brewing over this way, but looking at that, it looks like it'll probably go through this route. So in that case, if we want to bottleneck it, it may make sense, given where all these units are, to try and reposition this to where it can hurt them if they go after the ballista. Because at this point, this ballista's toast. Unless you're willing to sacrifice more villagers, that ballista's toast. So here's... Oh yeah, perfect.
I still have those pups down there.
How damaged are they?
What? That guy survived!
Eh?
Oh, it's down to 1.
I wouldn't worry about it then. Those war pups... Well, there may be a condition that says you have to defeat every enemy on the field, and in that case you may want to have a pikeman stick around, but otherwise... I don't have much choice in that respect. Yeah, definitely set up an alchemist. And then I'd recommend that the rest of your gold be spent reinforcing... Well, actually, what would be good? Yeah, take out that guy. Well, do some damage to that archer. If he's smart, he'll go after the ballista. Now, with the rest of this... Okay, here's my thinking. The alchemist... The harpies will not do a whole lot of damage to what they're called. The harpies basically do 0 damage to alchemists when they initiate. So if you have the pikemen back off, and let the alchemist barricade instead, you basically have them dead.
Harpies can't fly over walls?
They cannot.
Oh.
Not those walls, anyway. So you don't have to care. You just have to sit back and watch the show. Then you can have those infantry and the cavalry assist elsewhere. Oh, don't reinforce. I'd recommend reinforcing Caesar instead. Actually, wait, is there anything that could kill Caesar? How much damage can the
He's at 30.
That's a risk.
Should I reinforce him?
Yeah, I'd reinforce him. Oh crap, I just realized that leaves the ballista open. Well, the trebuchet open too.
Yeah, but...
Oh man, your siege equipment's gonna be feeling pain very soon. Yeah, that one's probably best off in the forest, because Caesar's going to be the priority, not the villagers.
I'm trying to at least move the villagers to a safe distance.
Yeah, well luckily you don't need to have as much piled in the east right now, so you can probably...
And once I finish clearing out...
I was thinking you could move some of the infantry and the knights over to help, but... Alright, as expected, they're going after Caesar, which is exactly what we want. They waste their breath trying to kill the pupper. And fail.
So I may be worried about that enemy trebuchet.
Well, the thing is... It moved into... Well, it's at range... Well, it's at max range of your ballista. Actually, yeah. Oh, that's rough, actually. That could be tricky. And you don't have Caesar's groove either. Huh, I'm kind of surprised it did that. Really? That was a waste. Alright, that was the smart move. Do what damage you can. So it's basically just a slap fight between those guys now. Although you do have the alchemist below. You've got your infantry to deal with though, so that should be fine. This is the last wave though, so... Actually, where'd the harpies go? Oh, they're keeping their distance. Wait a minute. Yeah, take him down.
Then I can reclaim that one settlement.
Skadoosh. Now, yeah, take those alchemists out. Because those
outright kill it, but it'll at least help.
And then the pikemen down there can clean up easily enough. Yep, just move them in. Should be easy enough to just claim what's left. Don't even have to worry about crits there. Ooh, wait, you get crits against the alchemist. Do it. You got a crit against the alchemist with the knight. Do it. Nice. Okay. I'd have the ranger attack first. Yep. And then I think the ballista can be used to knock it off the rest of the way. Yep. Then you can claim it, just in case you need more gold. Nice. Alright, starting to clean things up. Okay, so as weird as it sounds, you may want to split up your pikemen. Because you can send them, because you can send one... Oh, actually, you don't need to... Yeah, split them up. Because that one can almost kill. Actually, it can kill if you fire the ballista at it. It'll take some damage for it, but that's okay.
But then I'll have the bottom clear.
Yep, you'll only have to worry about those alchemists, which your infantry should be in... have enough... Guys. Yep. And then you can send one of your pikemen back to the top, which is there.
Should I focus that golem or the trebuchet?
The golem's only one
Because
Well,
I need
it's
to
only 10%
pull
right now.
Kaiser back.
I'm not sure what the right call is. Let me see more of the top. Oh crap, are harpies there?
Not to mention that Golem and the Trebuchet.
Well, yeah, it's too risky for Caesar to go out there. That much is certain.
I'm gonna have him fall back. And have the villagers also oh, get out.
Yeah. So here's what I'm expecting to happen. So, the ballista that hasn't been moved yet. At that point, it's only 7%. You can Caesar can take that out easily enough. Most people can take it out easily enough, honestly. First, have the ballista do its job.
Against what?
That's the trebuchet, but have it take out the pikeman. Yeah, definitely do that. Because what's going to happen next round is that the trebuchet having nothing, enemy trebuchet having nothing to shoot at, will take out your ballista. That's just going to happen. Luckily, you have ways to deal with that. Yeah, may as well. Get them out of the way. Actually, yeah, you may as well just wall off the your trebuchet just to make sure there's no trouble. And then, yep, take that guy out.
Get what damage I can off on this?
If you can't get random damage off on something, you'd probably be better off hurting the trebuchet. Not much, but it'll help. And then you've got a trebuchet of your own to knock out the pikemen. And then you've got your own pikemen that you can not move as far anymore, but that's okay.
What should I construct?
You need something to deal with the ballista. I'd recommend a knight. Oh crap, your knights are one of your knights are at max range too. That's gonna be glorious. I wonder what they'll go after. That also you got those guys? You may as well have them. Yeah, that'll work, because you do have those archers up there to deal with, so that'll be fine. Okay, I think we've got this in the bag now. We just need to make sure that Caesar doesn't fall down. Oh, that's cute. You think you're going to be effective?
That might destroy the alchemists.
I don't think it'll take out the alchemist, but definitely going to hurt him. As expected. They served their job well.
Alchemists should be able to take out their harpies.
If you can get alchemists to them. Although you do have... Actually, wait a minute. You have Caesar's Groove now, don't you?
Yep.
They're barricading you. Lovely.
First order of business, take out this area. And then I can send some guys down to try and...
Clean up on aisle 3.
Who knows, maybe I can have these guys try and work their way over here to claim that. Give me some more income.
By the time it rolls around, it might not matter too much, but still. Okay, let's take a look around. Well, that's the only thing they can shoot at, so may as well.
Actually, they can't shoot at that, but Kaiser could easily finish that off.
Yeah, you've already got infantry down there that can engage in cleanup crew shenanigans. Kaboom.
No! Our giant! Our precious giant! Bad dog! Right, was that me who ripped road that riot? It was the Rebuve! Not dead.
Again. Alright, what damage can your other trebuchet do to the cavalry? Oh yeah, perfect.
And I can...
Blam. How far can Caesar move? Well, I guess it doesn't matter too much.
And then my other knights can finish off that trebuchet.
Mm-hmm.
We'll paint a bullseye on its butt, but the biggest threat will be out of the way.
Yeah, that's the important part. Because the harpies can be killed if you've just got alchemists. Because the real fun's going to be to deal with the giant. Oh, even more glorious. Wow.
Ooh, perfect.
Hey, you might have been able to have him move up a little bit instead, but that's okay. I just realized. You know what you can do?
What?
You have Caesar's Groove. You can have the Ballista move and then shoot.
I'll have...
Ballista. Yeah. See what I'm thinking?
Where to?
You won't? May as well just move it up all the way. As long as it's in range of that harpy, you're good. And then Caesar. And then Merger.
And I can move my other trebuchet to be effective.
Yep. That way the giant will be basically unable to do anything. Actually, is your infantry in range of that archer?
It is.
It is. Jinx.
Well, I don't know if it was a total jinx. We'll have to... It didn't sound like it on my end, though.
Sounded fine on my end.
Yeah.
Then again, there's always that bit of small delay, so who knows. Okay. Very nice. And then at this point, you can probably just build cavalry that you can just keep throwing at the golem until it dies. Well, the giant until it dies. Yep, we can all group up and hit it till it dies! No one's gonna get that reference. What's chat up to? Ah, a lot of trivia stuff. Now it looks like Regal's engaging in it a little bit.
Okay, so
too.
they only have 6 units left. So
Most of them are trash, too. Wait, we're at 6 units? Oh, right, it's including the buildings, so you just have to deal with those 3. So at this point, you just have to surround and destroy. Yeah, that sounds about right. It gon' die.
So those aren't real, just giants with armor?
I don't know if they're real giants, or if they're atomic or magical constructs. I think they're magical constructs. That would be my assumption. I could be wrong though. Alright, let's do what damage we can. Wait, you can knock that out?
And I'm going for it.
It's gonna... Well, the giant's gonna say hello, but that's okay. It's not like we're aiming for A rank this attempt. You've got the trebuchet for that.
And I can then claim it, so I can get some more income.
There we go. And then, at this point, you don't need to worry about the settlements at this stage. You may as well just... Nah, don't worry about them. Just focus on killing the giant. Let's see how close we can get to A rank. I'm not sure where the enemy's gonna be. Maybe plop a cavalry down at the leftmost? Well, rightmost, I should have said, but you know what I meant.
Right is the right.
Oh man, look at the time. This might be the only match. This might be the only match we actually have time for. Look at this.
What? The other bonus mission is a long one too?
It's not long, but it's longer than half an hour. You know what? May as well throw everything you've got at it.
Yeah, finish off the archers so that...
Yeah, just clear the lane, throw literally everything you have at it. That is literally the last unit you have to worry about.
Yeah, because it does look like there's a human in there. If you know what I mean.
Wouldn't surprise me if there was. Although there is a faction that is explicitly the steampunk faction, so who knows. Alright, that should be good. I'm assuming it'll go up to the... What, it didn't go up to the cavalry? I am surprised. Alright, what kind of damage can we do to you? Oh wait, you get max damage. Yeah, do it. It's gonna hurt, but you know what? It'll hurt it too. Stab it! No retreat! No regrets! Yeah, at this point it's mostly just gravy. And then if you want to be extra thorough, I suppose you can put down another cavalry unit at that rightmost barracks. Just to be thorough about it. Alrighty. Alright, so he goes to smack the healthy one. That makes sense. Alright, you should be able to take it down the rest of the way nice and easy now. Actually, if you smack it with somebody else first, it might be able to reach.
Now it's going through.
Or it might just die. Yeah, if you send that one to the forest, something... Never mind. I was thinking someone else might be able to reach it if he went into the forest, but never mind me. It's not like we're aiming for A rank this time anyway. Actually, I think at this point anyone he attacks just... Yeah, I think the moment he tries to attack anyone, it's over. Alright, that should be all you need to do this turn. Oh shoot, he can make it. Never mind.
At least he can't kill it.
You really want to be thorough, don't you? Alright, don't let me stop you.
Yeah, because I've got that giant sled.
Yeah, you've got that giant dev to ride to me as well. And then, literally, anyone can walk up and knock it over at this point.
Okay, so it may have been a mechanical construct. Rise away the
Ugh. Should have known we'd never had a chance. Look how regal he is. Let's get out of here. Thanks, dog.
Rub 'em!
Caesar, there you are. Come on, Bub. It's dinner time.
Raise a woo!
There we
Now
go.
let's see it.
Whoa, really?
Yes! Oh, wow!
I was not expecting that. Okay.
You have unlocked Lost Leagues in the Codex.
I was not expecting that.
May as well check out what Lost Leagues is. Lost Leagues.
Oh, that's the reward for us ranking things. Okay.
Well,
Neat.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to attempt it at some point. At least after we've done all the main story and start doing all this stuff.
Yeah. We're gonna add that to the list after Worksmith Night 3 is wrapped up.
And Gilgamesh is saying that we should play Battletoads Nest together.
I've heard that game is absolute pain if you don't know what you're doing, so I don't know if that's wise. Also, I wondered where Gilgamesh ran off to.
Yeah.
It's been mostly Regal and Dwan talking in my chat about folklore.
Yeah, so...
I'll have to spend a lot of time after this is done reading through all that.
Yeah, so after we do... So, if we do... Yeah, so if it's just 3 characters like that... Hey, I wasn't done reading...
So I wanted to take a look at which this one was. Yeah, so this one is, it'd be easier to finish, but I don't know.
I just thought
You
that...
don't necessarily need to be standing there to see the codex option, you know.
I know. I just want to set myself here in prep for doing this and then going into that.
Yeah,
Besides,
because I don't think we'll have time to... Yeah, I don't think we'll have time to knock out a mission tonight. Because the problem is that the next main story mission is pretty straightforward and is relatively quick. The problem is there's a bunch of lore associated with it, and I suspect that, well, I don't know about you, but that was a lot.
Anyways, may as well look at some of the lore here. Aurania.
Alrighty.
The continent of Aurania is home to Felheim, Cherrystone, the Floran Lands, the Lost Leagues, Heaven Song, and the island of the Dragon's Cradle. I have a funny feeling we're going to be seeing all of these before the story's done.
Maybe.
It is the home of our heroes and of our heroes' foes. Welcome to Aurania. Please enjoy the view. Cherrystone. He's a peaceful kingdom where pastoral old grasslands give way to lush meadows and cool emerald forests. While the Cherrystone Kingdom is caught between the harsh snowscape of Felheim and to the west and the hazardous wilds of the Gloomwoods to the east, the kingdom, for the most part, manages to exist in its own tranquil state. While wary of their eastern neighbors, Cherrystone's citizens are rarely actually troubled by the flora, provided humans don't accidentally wander into the Gloomwoods. The same cannot be said about their neighbors to the west, where the border within Felheim requires constant vigilance. Occasionally over the centuries, leaderless hordes have stormed the borders, intent on pillaging and plunder, while every few generations, whoever happens to be the current wielder of the Fel Gauntlet decides to take a foray into Cherrystone in a vicious attempt to expand Felheim's borders. Thus, the Cherrystone army is forced to remain on guard at all times.
Speaking of Felheim,
Splintered fjords and rimy forests, broad empty tundra, and jagged snow-capped mountains. This is Felheim. It's a quiet place, all sound muffled by the fathomless snow. Sometimes the wind will pick up and howl a mournful, bitter song across the icy plains. Otherwise, silence reigns. Here, the undead walk. The chill cannot reach their weathered bones. Perhaps they look frail to you? They're not. They're held together by more than rotten sinew.
Sinew, yes.
They exist by sheer force of will. The living also eke out an existence among the undead, hunting ice boars and blubber seals. Like the land they inhabit, Felheim's living citizens are quiet people, stoic, no-nonsense individuals. That explains their leader. If it weren't for the ascension of the new Gauntlet clad lord every few decades, they'd happily keep themselves to themselves. But there we go. You can't have everything. I bet play more campaign missions to unlock more entries. Okay.
Yeah, I suspect that we have to S-rank stuff, given that we don't have very many S-ranks on here.
Yeah, well, that's something we can work towards, be it on stream or off stream, like our intended Orcs Must Die 3 endless runs.
Yeah, once we're finished watching the latest Star Wars nonsense, and once that lent's over, we'll probably end up spending a bit of our Friday evening time working on that. Either way, we
as
carry
well
on.
as more of the video backlog stuff. Anyways, the Florum and their lands. No one knows for sure where the Florum came from. Even the Florum themselves are more than a little hazy on the subject. History, it's fair to say, is not their strong point. However, the inquiring mind need not give up hope on discovering their origins. And we can, with justified conviction, make an educated guess. Around 900 years ago, give or take a day, a comet smashed into the north coast of central Arania. The impact caused a minor tremor and a great amount of inconvenience to a group of local fishermen who lost several rods and a tackle box to the burning debris. When humanoid figures emerged from the wreckage, the fishermen thought to give these reckless hooligans a piece of their minds. Unfortunately, they ended up giving the figures much more than that, as 3 of the fishermen were eaten on the spot. The 4th and final fisherman fled. A scrawny fellow, though he was lucky to retain what little flesh he had on him. Though this is all we know of that fateful day, one need not take a huge mental leap to infer that this was the Florin's genesis in Arania, especially as shortly after the comet's collision with the fishermen, and rumors and reports of tree people began to spread across the continent. 900 years ago, Arania's population was minuscule, so the Florum had little trouble in carving out their own niche in the petty woods and muddy deltas of the central continent. They thrived in such a fertile environment and enjoyed comfortable, easy lives, developing a special affection for the Gloomwoods, their favorite and most cherished hunting grounds. Florum, as a general rule, aren't mean or cruel, but they do seem to struggle with the concept of the sentience of other races. As the years passed, they found it easier to stop hunting the native humans and instead keep them at a distance. Boar and deer did better anyway, and whenever they hunted a human, other human would come, brandishing flaming torches and pitchforks, and start a big fight about it. Eventually, they had to figure, why bother? So the Florum are peaceful enough and left to their own devices, as long as you leave their hunting grounds alone.
Well, there you go.
Now the Lost Leagues. And then we'll see what other stuff we can read up on before we end the stream. Before it became known as the Lost Leagues, this land was once the westernmost portion of the nation of Silmore. I'm guessing that's the tech-savvy faction that will soon mate.
Actually, it's ancient history.
Oh, which bordered the country of Cacophony. The Lost Leagues gained their new name long ago, when they became the epicenter of the devastation reaped during a war known as the Great Dissonance. A cataclysmic battle was fought on the region's central plain, and the destruction that began that day rippled out from that point. The Lost Leagues are also home to the Quagmarsh, where once great king met his demise, and the war for the Great Dissonance finally ended. After the war, the Lost Leagues were abandoned. Even today, the place it's a sense of foreboding and the last feels cursed.
The land, yeah.
Feels. Very few people live there, and the leagues remain unclaimed and ungoverned, making them the perfect refuge for outlaws, as long as they're able to stomach the oppressive, the anomalous atmosphere. I wonder if our our outlaw characters will have a headquarters here.
We'll see.
Okay. Vampires. There are two types of vampires. The common or lesser vampire, and the rarely greater or high vampire. Both are undead. The high vampire is indeed the greater species by far. It is an ancient breed and includes individuals that are monstrous, that have monstrous power. High vampires are not born, but created.
Sounds like we need to call it after this one.
Well, I can keep going, and it's just... Yeah.
I did say after this one.
Yeah. After... When a high vampire decides the time is ripe, they wait until the dead of night, and then steal into a nearby village to kidnap the most readily available human infant. The process of changing that infant from human to high vampire takes 13 months, and it is done using a kind of magic innate and exclusive to the vampiric races. The resulting youngling is part family, part student, and part servant to the high vampire who created it, known as its master. Over the course of centuries, the youngling slowly matures into an adult, becoming more willful and rebellious as time passes. After a few hundred years, the master-youngling relationship, always based on practical need rather than affection, often becomes strained. In the worst cases, one kills the other. In the best, the two high vampires simply part ways. Very rarely does the relationship between a youngling and their master last longer than 500 years. Technically, a high vampire can make a new youngling whenever they like, but most tend to wait a millennium or so between parting with one and creating another. The lesser vampire, known to specialists as Vampiro
Terra, maybe?
Is commonly referred to simply as a vampire. While it's believed that vampires were first created by high vampires, the two are nevertheless distinct species, with very little in common besides their natural magic and bloodlust. Unlike high vampires, vampires are winged and more at home in the air than on the ground. Well, that tells us which one this named character is.
Yeah, this one must be a high vampire. The rest are, well, these.
Yeah, vampires reproduce by felling a living individual, consuming a great deal of their blood, and then sharing some of their own blood with their victim. Shortly after the victim dies, after a period of 13 days, the corpse reanimates, sprouting wings, if it doesn't already have them, and begins its new life as an instantly matured vampire. It seems that this process of reanimation draws on the same kind of magic used by the high vampires, a blight in the form that is less powerful and more expedite.
So this is stuff that's referring to the second campaign, so we can ignore it for now. Yeah. So either way, I suppose we can go ahead and leave it here then. Because most of this is just unit descriptions that we get to see as we go along. So, I guess in that sense, I'll go ahead and do a quick update, and then I can see to all of the folklore and whatnot that is populating my chat right now. So, I don't know what you have planned necessarily, brother, but I guess as far as co-op night is concerned, in keeping, now that we're not doing Orcs Must Die 3 on live stream, at least not for a long while if we ever do it again, we're going to be alternating between a variety of stuff. Last week was FPS chess, and next week, we're bringing X-Wing miniatures back. I believe there weren't that many people around when we initially did it, but it is a tabletop game that involves us, well, taking X-Wing miniatures and throwing them at each other. So, I've already got a squad picked out.
I still need to pick out mine.
The brother knows the scenario and needs to figure out a squad, so all I will say is that, well, it always wins. That's all I'll say. I don't know how well that'll narrow it down for you.
Wrong.
I will say it is a scum and villain faction. That is all I will say.
Okay, so it's a scum one.
That is all I will say. That is my faction, scum and villainy. That should give you enough to work with.
Are you planning slave ones?
Am I? It always wins.
There's no way they added Sebulba to it.
That's not what I meant, but okay. Anyway, so that's what we'll be doing on the 14th, if my dates are correct. Yep. And then it'll be Wargroove, and then I may as well announce it earlier rather than later. There's going to be a multiplayer variety night on the 28th. The idea here is that, well, we've got 2 people around, we've got a bunch of games we could play for a variety night, and I feel like there'd be an ideal time. We've got Mario Kart picked out as one, we'll probably bring out Team Fortress 2 for another, and we need to figure out a third game. I'm debating between Halo and Smash Bros. Right now personally, but
probably Halo
there's all
since,
sorts of options
we
there.
don't have to worry about the
We'd have to worry about the online mode for Mario Kart for you anyway, but that's something that can easily be hashed out. Still, options that we are mulling over, at least for now. And
so I can use the stars to unlock stuff in the gallery.
Uh-huh.
So
that's another reason for maxing things out and at least getting A rank on everything.
So
There's a lot to do if you're willing to go all out on it.
Oh,
so
some of these are... Thinking
There's
of
a
how
lot
much...
here.
I can only really unlock 15 things at the moment.
Yeah. But either way, as for other news,
I wonder
it's going to be
as
pretty
I
much...
I wonder if I unlock more stuff, there will be more characters populating this area.
I honestly can't remember. But either way, as for other news, I am going to be streaming on Saturday as per usual. We are going to maintain the usual schedule, but it will not be Battlezone this time. I realized when playing Battlezone this past Saturday that the missions had started to be, well, the pace ended up being slower than I expected with how long it can take to do things like figure out which of 6 enemy APCs hold the character I need to grab and then get him over to where it needs to be. So because of that, I figured, okay, it's going to be slower paced. If I did have time to bring back the Wednesday night stream slot, I'd probably move it to there and play something else. But I figured the compromise right now is just alternate with something else. I am not going to say what the something else is. All I will say is it took me forever and a half to get a copy of it. So that should tell you a little bit. That's probably more of a hint, and Regal's probably going to hear that and immediately figure it out, and I'm going to be pissed.
Hey, Regal, feel free to comment in my chat what it is please.
Well, I see 2 viewers online right now from my end, so it's probably Dwen and Regal, given that they've been still discussing folklore, so that's my expectation. But either way, that's what you can expect. I'll start with that game this Saturday, and we'll alternate between it and Battlezone for the foreseeable future. Then once I can bring back the Wednesday night time slot, I can move Battlezone over to there.
Also, for the
community
stream, I'm hoping to bring along a friend, brother knows who for it.
Are you sure he wants to deal with me?
If you, Uga, guys bring up any nonsense, and so I will...
I will be courteous around him, but when he's not around, I have no qualms about making jokes he doesn't like. That's all I'll say.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's...
I know he'd definitely be up for Halo and TF2, as well as Bloons. Anything else? We'll have to discuss. But with how many of us there are for TF2, we'll probably want to stick with man versus machine until we get a lot more people.
Or we can just jump on the server and say, hey, pile in, but either way.
Yeah, but with very few people, all wouldn't be much. Although it would give us a chance to check out some of the custom-made maps.
Well, we can always just jump into a server and let people dive in as they're able.
Yeah.
I'm not too worried about how it'll work out, but
I guess another possibility is Star Wars Squadrons for another one.
Well, there aren't a lot of people who play that, so it would be...
Well,
I have to reinstall the game first and foremost.
Well, between you, me, and my friend, that's at least 3.
We'd have to basically do co-op versus AI, because that game's basically dead as far as multiplayer is concerned now, right?
Yeah, but I don't mind that, because honestly, I've had... It versus actual people, it can be a bitch. Especially...
What, you mean you're forced to actually be smart?
Yeah, and also there... Yeah, you would not believe some matches that were excruciatingly frustrating because of those dang abilities.
Oh, you mean so people playing the game and getting sweaty at it? Oh no, it's almost as if it's a multiplayer game.
Yeah. I mean...
Well, whatever the case may be, there it is. That is the plan, at least for March. Probably a little bit of April too, is that I'll be alternating a new game every other week on Saturday, and co-op night is going to continue with Wargroove as the main feature and then occasional other stuff. I do want to make X-Wing miniatures a thing every 4 weeks and then something random on every 4 weeks, so it should be fun.
Yeah.
Whatever the random thing may be, whether it be FPS chess, whether it be a multiplayer variety night, figure some fun stuff out.
Yeah, and my friend actually saw my perspective of first-person shooter and commented that apparently the BRCM player was a little loud. So
I would not be surprised at that, given that audio balance can be tricky.
So I've tweaked with the settings in first-person shooter just to where it is now max windowed, so that way I can adjust the volume to the BRCM player as necessary.
You weren't able to alt-tab out of it?
Well, I didn't know... Well, in order to... Well, I could. It's just I can't... I need to literally right-click on the speakers, on the sound settings icon to change it, the volume for that there. I can't really do that with the player, or for the BRCMs.
That sounds like a problem. Either way, that'll be all from us, so I've got a bunch of chat that I need to get through, and you probably need to be somewhere in 5 minutes, so we can go ahead and end the call here, and we can see to our respective chats and carry on with our day.
Yeah, also, if you haven't been subscribed to me yet, feel free to do so, because, I'm still waiting for 15.ai to come up. I do have some projects planned for that, and once it gets done...
you were eventually wanting to make Let's Play stuff as well, because we'll need to get into Orcs Must Die 3 eventually to round out the endless modes.
Yeah, I also...
there will be stuff going up on your channel eventually, it just might take a while.
Yeah,
I also... Exclusive to your channel, Wargroove. Including a couple old Let's Plays.
Yeah, some of it will include some pictures and such to go along with it to at least show some of the stuff outside just the video, so that way it's not just the characters involved talking to each other. But also to give you an idea of who's who. Because I will be using some character voices for other individuals. There's one from League of Legends who I think will work well for a particular Sonic character, because they're both...
at the rate you're going, you may as well just... Actually, some of the voices that they got for the presidents are hilarious. I don't know how many of those videos you've seen. Some of those are hilarious.
I've mainly been sticking to Medicine Man's stuff up, as well as anything associated.
Either way.
Yeah, but anyways...
Anyway, you do need to go soon, so is there anything else you need to wrap up with before I see to my chat?
Not really, other than... And this time, audio came out for my perspective, so hopefully it'll all be good there now.
I guess we'll see.
Anyways, I was also hoping to get my squad together, but now I know that you're scum, I'll need to think of...
I am scum and villainy, and I am playing a ship that you have not been able to beat. Those are your hints.
I'm gonna need Hopefully I can find something that'll actually defeat that thing for once.
Should I tell him? You know what, I'll say it after you're gone. Okay. Don't look back at this stream. Either way, I do need to see to my chat, and you need to go soon, so we'll go ahead and call it here, and I'll go ahead and see to my chat. Alrighty, so thank you for joining me, brother. I hope this was as entertaining for you as it was for me. And I'll see you later.
Bye.